World champions Australia have beaten England in the second test to take a 2-0 lead in the Ashes. But that's not the headline coming out of the match, nor is the superhuman effort by Benjamin Stokes. It's an incident that happened just before the lunch that is hogging all the limelight. By now, you must have guessed it. I am talking about Jonny Bairstow's dismissal. Was it fair or was it foul? That's what we are going to discuss in this live. Hello and welcome to WION Sports Extra. I am Nikhil Mathur and I'm joined by my colleague Vidur Kathuria. Now, just a couple of overs before the lunch, Cameron Green, Bolden, bouncer, and Jonny Bairstow tapped his crease and came out of it, and Alex Carey dislodged the bail. And it went to the third umpire. It said out, but there was this outrage in Lords. Australians were booed. Do you agree with the decision? Do you think it was fair or was it foul?
Well, simple answer is yes, it was fair because it was within the laws of the game, and ultimately that's what it comes down to. I think Jonny Bairstow left the crease too early. It's as simple as that. When you start playing cricket, when you go to cricket coaching, your coach, he or she tells you to remain in the crease till the ball is dead.
Till the ball is dead, yeah.
And the ball, I mean, obviously it's a matter of perspective if the ball is dead or not. The umpires make that decision, and they did.
Yeah.
They made that decision that he obviously stepped out of the crease too early, and that's why Alex Carey, quick thinking, he threw the ball, and whatever you want to call it, stumping, run out, that's up to you, but it was out. And I think the controversy that has emerged is coming from the English fans, the English sort of cricketing community you see, and they were incensed because they think that it's against the spirit of cricket, and the spirit of cricket debate always seems to come up. We saw it during Munkading, etc. But what is the spirit of cricket?
Yeah, no one, there's no definition. Yeah,
the spirit of cricket. I think the behavior of some of the English fans was reprehensible, especially now 3 members of the MCC have been suspended, and heckling
in the long room they were.
In the long room, and that behavior, it sometimes baffles me and reaction. Even Stuart Broad, he said to Alex Carey
that you will be remembered,
forever remembered for this. Well, I mean, I don't think there's any need for any sort of comments like that. They're obviously frustrated because they lost the match.
Yeah.
It was a turning point, no doubt. But I think it was quick thinking from Alex Carey. He needs to be praised for that. Even Ravi
and I would remember Carey for this quick stumping and smart thinking. I would.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You need to remember him.
I don't think he has sort of gone against the spirit of the game whatsoever. So it's definitely fair in my mind, and it's within the laws of the game, and that's all, and that should be the end of the conversation.
English crease with his foot, and so as you said, if the ball is dead, then it's fine. But who defines it? The third umpire. Yeah. And Carey did it in one go. He collected the ball and threw it, and the English fans are saying that Bairstow thought it was the last ball. I think it was the last delivery of the over, and he thought that the over is over, so he did that. But again.
Yeah, well, the point that they're trying to making is that he was not trying to seek any sort of advantage.
Yeah.
What the argument is given when someone monk-cuts the non-striking batter. But in my mind, it doesn't matter whether he was trying to seek advantage or not, because he left the crease extremely early. If you see, he just leaves the ball, he taps his foot and then goes. I mean, those are one of the basics, that you have to stay in your crease till the ball is dead. That is at least 3 to 4 seconds when players start moving. And if you see the replay, it's within a second.
It's a one go.
Alex Carey just catches the ball and throws it.
Yeah.
And of course,
he wasn't trying to deceive Bairstow, by keeping the ball with him. In one go, it happened.
Yeah. And well, now we've seen on Twitter a few. In fact, I was seeing a replay 2 days back. Jonny Bairstow tried to do the exact same thing to Marnus Labuschagne and obviously failed. So it's a proper throw by Alex Carey. He should be commended for his quick thinking. And all this conversation about the spirit of the game, to be honest with you, is just nonsense.
Yeah, and if you talk about spirit of the game, remember the World Cup, the England versus New Zealand final, the ball touched Stokes' bat and went for a boundary, and he did this. But if you're talking about the spirit of the game, he should have said, let's not give England the 4 runs. That was my mistake. He didn't do that.
World Cup final.
Exactly.
New Zealand should be world champions right now, but they're not. England are world champions, and they're ODI world champions as well as T20 world champions. And another comment that Ben Stokes made after the match, that he said that he would have
never
withdrawn the appeal. Well, okay, that's his opinion, but
he didn't do it in the World Cup.
Not his opinion, but that's what he would have done. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Pat Cummins did not do it, and he is well within his right.
He's entitled. Yeah.
And, Pat Cummins was asked that Ben Stokes would have withdrawn his appeal. Pat Cummins' answer was okay.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, he shouldn't be sort of expected, or he is under no obligation to call the batter bat. And the other example that people are giving about, as we just discussed, MS Dhoni's 2011, I think it was when, but that's a completely different situation.
Exactly.
So this whole debate, the spirit of cricket debate is anyway, where do you draw the line, where you're not. There are this spirit of cricket actually should come into play when you're not talking about cricketing matters, things that happen when play is not on. This is a pure cricketing dismissal, so I don't think the spirit of cricket.
And since you bought that India versus England,
yeah.
Ian Bell was recalled after
Yeah.
Sachin Tendulkar interviewed and called Dhoni, and India lost the match.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you lose a match for a fair dismissal? So that also comes into play. We have a lot of comments. Mayank Dhiman says that the dismissal was fair. Sid Shukla says everything is fair with England cricket team, the biggest sportsman spirit supporting team, if they face any difficulties.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a sarcasm.
Dripping out of that comment. Amir Salem says he was clearly out according to the laws of cricket. Neither there was any preponed thing done by Alex before it. Bairstow was playing his own bubble. He had no other intention of ball being still in the hands of wicketkeeper. That means it is not dead yet. I mean, he's just basically trying to say that he was out and explaining.
Exactly.
I mean, very well explained. Yeah, but that's what
we are seeing.
Yeah.
And, absolutely, and he's even mentioned that former captains
of England, Strauss and Morgan.
Owen Morgan,
Clearly.
Alex Carey, which is fair. This is more coming from the fan base. Obviously, the fact that they lost the match, it leaves us out. Now there will be more bad blood between England and Australia.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, that makes for
a better
great cricket and great spectacle, as we have seen in the first 2 tests. And in fact, we probably wouldn't have seen Ben Stokes in
exactly. I mean, Ben Stokes, what an inning! Like we were discussing just before, like he is a clutch player. I don't think there's any batter who is at level with Ben Stokes when it comes to clutch situations.
He's superhuman. He's the Superman of cricket. I think the way that he performs when his teams need
the chips are down,
him the most is really outstanding. He's the captain. He leads from the front across all formats. The number of times he has done it, he is
ODI World Cup, T20 World Cup final.
He's a unique cricketer. He's an all-rounder. He can change a game at any point. It's just a joy to watch him play and the way he plays. He's not. He does seem superhuman.
And he almost took it. Like Australia were reminded of 2019 Headingley when he did that.
In fact, I was watching highlights of that yesterday. It really had shapes. Unfortunately, England didn't get the job done. But once again, credit to Australia. The pragmatism paid off, and they are 2-0 up, and I don't see them losing.
But I think
the next 3 tests.
This will go down as one of those, probably a series-changing moment had Bairstow been there. I mean, the result could have been different, and the favors it would have favored England. But that's what cricket is all about. So we have come to a poll. You want to take it?
Oh my God! It is straight down the middle. Jonny Bairstow dismissal, fair or foul? 50% say fair and 50% say foul. I don't think that's ever happened.
That's never happened. 50-50.
Wow. So 50,
but
I think 50% Australia fans, 50% England fans. That's what will happen. If I'm interested to know what our sports editor Digvijay Singh Deo would have thought of this. Unfortunately, he is on leave this week.
Fortunately, he's on a vacation for him.
Fortunately for him, and he will be back next week. But
but that's an interesting poll.
Yeah, 50-50.
But it was fair.
Obviously, it divides opinion. Things like this, obviously, there are some people who feel like even if you act within the laws of the game, there is an unwritten code of conduct. We might not agree with it, but there is something that is there, and you have to. That was crossed.
Everything was fair. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. You can, as you said, there's unwritten laws. But I think the behavior of the MCC members in the long room is one thing that everyone has condemned. That it shouldn't come down to that.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it's heckling is one thing, banter is one thing, but when you're, and in fact, Usman Khwaja confronted
one of the
fans, and rightly so, they have been suspended. This is unacceptable. What some of them did. It will definitely leave. It will lead to bad blood if there wasn't already some bad blood. So
Baz McCallum said that he don't want to have beers with the Australian guys after the match.
In fact, the post-match beers were cancelled. So interesting. Obviously, this will be something that will be talked about for a long time.
Yeah.
And regardless of the next 3 matches, this is something that will be remembered. This Ashes and. Actually, as a fan, as a spectator, it makes for great drama, which we will see over the next.
We have one more comment. Save Gray. Sorry if I got that wrong. What's the difference between Alex Carey and Jonny Bairstow? Carey can throw straight.
Absolutely, that's what we said. Because
Cry me a river goes.
Bairstow tried to do the exact same thing as we just mentioned. So it's a matter of convenience. I think England fans, if it would have happened with the other end, the other way around. Would they have supported Australia? I don't think so. But yeah, it's a game of opinions. That's fine.
Okay. So Ashes, and what do we have on our show? Wimbledon beginning from today.
Yes.
And big update. Finalist, 2022 finalist, Nick Kyrgios
has pulled out. Very disappointing for the Wimbledon fans and for tennis fans in general. He's a big draw. He finalist last season on his favorite grass court surface, but obviously he hasn't
played also this season. He was
been at it this season. He has
suffered from injuries
and big miss for the tournament. Then of course, and coming back to the Ashes, Nathan Lyon has been ruled out for the remainder of the series after playing 100 consecutive tests. He will miss a test match for the first time in 10 years. Big miss for Australia, even though they're 2-0 up. Then we have
Moeen Ali is also included in the 3 tests that are left. So probably has recovered. And in golf, you want to begin with Live Golf or Ricky Fowler? Ricky Fowler winning the PGA Tour's Mortgage Classic, Rocket Mortgage Classic, and ending a 4-year drought. An American winning it. And
Taylor Gooch has become the first player on the LIV circuit to win 3 titles. He edged Bryson DeChambeau in Andalusia. So we're going to cover that. Plus, we of course have F1 action when, surprise, Max Verstappen won again his 5th straight victory. He's marching towards a third straight Formula 1 title. And
also, Sri Lanka have qualified for the World Cup.
Yes.
West Indies were out. You saw that report on Sunday. But now Sri Lanka has become the first team among those qualifiers to book their ticket to India.
And really have been, very professional in the manner in which they have played. They obviously have been by far the best team in the ODI qualifiers, and of course 1996 world champions. They will rightly be at the showpiece event. So all that and much more on our show WION World of Sport at 6:30 p.m. IST. See you there.